Hey everyone, it is me, Carrie Ann. I just wanted to update you guys. It's now about May 2019, and we're having a great day here in South Carolina. I think it's the state motto, but anyway, it's a fabulous day. What have we been up to? Well, as you know, about a year ago we moved. Actually, almost a year. Well, pretty much a year ago, we moved from the great state of 10,000 Lakes, Minnesota, to South Carolina. So yeah, it's been a wonderful experience. We have a nice house, and we live in we went from like a, I don't know, 35,000 people city to about 3,000 people city. So it's a pretty drastic move as far as inhabit, who lives in the city and stuff. But people have been really super nice, and it's just nice to not have to deal with the snow. I mean, we had a little bit of snow this winter, but in comparison to Minnesota, it was nothing. And like I said, it's very nice to live here. I am excited to show you guys. I don't know if I can switch the camera view. No, I don't think I can. But we ended up getting a dog. Her name is Daisy. She's a really nice dog, and very calm in nature and stuff. I mean, she's still a puppy, so she's got a little bit of, but we're training her. I'm training her to be a service dog for two of my kids that have autism. So yeah, just like an emotional support dog, basically. So yeah, and then we live about, I don't know, 45 minutes from a major city. We live in between two major cities here. So if we want to do anything, we have to sort of plan our day and make sure, that we leave time for driving and such. Like in Minnesota, because we lived in such a bigger area, pretty much everything was within like 5-10 minutes away from us. Now everything's about 35 to 45 minutes, give or take, even longer. Yeah, it's just great. We miss our families. About 2 years ago, my mom died, and my dad and his wife moving to Florida, so they'll be Floridians. And then I have a aunt who lives in Georgia somewhere, and a cousin who lives in Georgia. But yeah, and then I have family in Texas. But and my brother still lives in Minnesota. So yeah. So it is what it is. We're really happy here. The kids are adjusted well. They're all in schools, and they like it, and the schools have been very accepting of everybody. So that's good. And then what else? We've had pretty much, pretty easy. Um, I don't know many 38-year-olds. So I'm about to turn 38, I think. But I don't know many people of my age or that own their own house outright. They own their cars outright. You know, we don't really have very many bills except for our utilities. And I guess that would be my major irritation, is that we moved for various reasons. The number one reason was because of the winters being so long, and I just, it was getting physically too hard for me to continue to live there. And then we have a couple of kids who have like eczema, and it's really hard to live in Minnesota with that. So it just was a good time to move and to explore a different area. So anyway, so we did that, and it was a good move. Our realtor had found this house, because obviously he was down here and we were up north, and he found this house and stuff. And I think when you pray about something and you follow the promptings, that as long as you're vigilant, and you don't forget that all your blessings are from one entity, you don't take things for granted, I think, and you tend to appreciate when things go amazing, like, for instance, short synapse of my story. I'm adopted from Colombia, and at the time when I was adopted, Colombia was considered a third world country, and now it's not, but it's a lot better. But because I was born with cerebral palsy, people with physical disabilities had a hard time getting proper medical care and blah, blah, blah. So I think that's why my mom ended up sort of basically walking away from me and giving me a better chance at life, because she probably knew that it would just be physically and mentally hard on her and on me living there. So I ended up getting adopted by an American couple, and I lived in New Jersey, then we moved to Florida, and then we moved to Texas, and then we moved to Minnesota, and now I'm in South Carolina. But it's amazing that it's such a wonderful. Lots of positive things have happened for me in my life. When you look back and you think, well, things could have, gone horribly, if you see one of my earlier videos, I talk about like the challenges that I've had growing up, and things like that. And I think the fact that I would not allow my past to have dominion over my present and my future really has helped me able to I've had pitfalls, and I've had detours and things like that. Who hasn't, right? But it's how we handle that, right? So I really am very proud of myself. I'm proud of my family, my nuclear family, and my extended family, on how we've all dealt with life's bumps in the roads, it's very, very hard on a 12-year-old who's adopted to look at the prospect of having lost, losing their one of their parents because of a medical condition. But and losing my adopted mom was really, really hard on me. But I also look at the fact that I got 22 extra years with her because somebody put donor on their medical, care or whatever. So they became, because of a donor, my mom lived an extra 22 years. And she was able to see all of her grandchildren born and spend time with all of them, as so that's amazing, and that's why, like, I'm a donor too, and things like that, is because I've seen the benefits of people being selfless and giving of themselves, even after they've left this earth. They're still giving because they're giving of their organs. And there's no better gift than to give a woman who needed a heart. That your heart is a big organ in your body. Your hearts and kidneys and anything else, eyes, those types of things are necessities for most people. So when it's just important to really think about organ donation. But anyway, so I was reflecting on, like, the whole thing and how we came to this state, and the fact that we don't have debt, we're able to still do things with our kids and still be active role models for our children and stuff, and we're able to do things with our kids instead of having to stress out about bills. I mean, yeah, the beginning of the month is a little rough just because, that's when bills are due or whatever, but generally speaking, I think that we've done pretty well for ourselves. So, if you look at my video, like I said, look at the video that I made. I don't talk in it. It's more of like a little story about adversity. And so I've overcome a lot of adversity in my life. And I'm a better person because of the adversity that I dealt with. I don't hold grudges because that's giving power to the person who doesn't deserve power, or people that don't deserve power. So it's a great relief to know that that I've truly understand the meaning of forgiveness, and I practice that around my children. So hopefully that they don't have to deal with the adversities that I've dealt with, and two, that if they deal with adversity, they come out on the other side okay, and that they understand that having adversity means that God trusts you and loves you enough that knows, and God never puts in your way things that you can't handle. Even though at the time it seems like you're not going to be able to handle it, you're going to be able to handle it. So anyway, this video's nearing on time, so thank you very much for watching. This is Carrie Ann Nurmi. Subscribe, like this video, and share it if I think the content is worth your time. Thank you very much again. We'll talk to you later. Bye.